So it's the last week of February. We are finally ready to get our seeds started. If you've watched our other videos, you might have heard us talk about how we were going to build a greenhouse. We're going to start making our greenhouse. Well, we had all intentions to build a greenhouse. In fact, we bought the supplies, drew up some plans, and we went down to the site that we wanted to use. So today is greenhouse building day, I hope. We have some preliminary plans, and we just started to see that it was going to be a bigger and more expensive project that we really wanted to tackle right now. So we're having second thoughts about starting our greenhouse right now. Peter's actually been working a lot and has been working out of state every other week, so that has made big projects kind of difficult. I don't think we're quite ready to tackle that big of a project right now, so we're just tossing around some ideas right now. Not exactly sure what the best option is. And as planting season was quickly approaching, we then thought, hey, we'll just buy a prefabricated greenhouse. We're kind of finding that it would be cheaper to go ahead and buy a small greenhouse than to actually build one. But when we started to look at our options, we weren't too excited about that. So this is Plan C. This is actually our sunroom. It's actually nighttime right now, and the light that you see is coming from our fluorescent growing lights. I think this is going to be a really good option to get our seeds started. This whole wall, I'll have to show you, this whole wall is windows, and this room stays pretty warm. So we have our grow light set up. We have some heating pads to help some of those more particular seeds germinate, and it's nighttime and the kids are asleep. It's nice and quiet. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some of these seeds started. I'll save some seeds for them to help with maybe tomorrow, but I wanna get a jump start because we have so much planting to do. All right, I have our tomatoes and our peppers planted. I chose to plant the tomatoes in these bigger 5-inch pots. They're all the decomposable materials, and that helps to limit how much transplant shock the plant will go through once you transplant it outside. But I did the tomatoes in the bigger ones because those are one of the last things that you put out. So this gives them a lot of room to grow and get nice and big. And then I put the peppers in these little smaller 3-inch pots. I also put the peppers on top of a heat mat because they need the extra warmth to germinate. So these are all set for the night. I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll look forward to more planting tomorrow. This is our sunroom during the daytime. As you can see, we have lots and lots of sunlight coming in through these windows. I have all of our seeds that we've planted over the last, couple weeks here. Let me show you what's been sprouting so far. So first to sprout were our lettuces and our kale. We have these fabulous little greenhouse seed starters that I actually bought at the Dollar Tree, and they're working great so far. Let's just peek in here. There's some little lettuces. That helps, so I really haven't watered those at all, and the moisture just stays in the container. This morning I was very excited to see that our tomatoes are starting to sprout. That right there and that right there, those two little guys are going to be Blue Beauty tomatoes. So it's very exciting. We have some tomatoes sprouting, and I just check every morning to see what else is popping up. It's the middle of March now, and we planted these seeds several weeks ago, so most of them have sprouted. Let's take a look and see what we got going on here. So these are all of our lettuces here, and we have some, this is kale right here, kale, and we have some cabbage. So these, it honestly might be too late to be planting these because it's already so warm, and these really do better when there's a little bit of a chill still. So we'll see how these go. So I thought I'd just plant them anyway just in case, and they really are doing well so far in here. So it's pretty obvious that these guys right here are getting a little bit too crowded. I need to go in there and I need to thin them out. Instead of pulling the plants out, I'm going to cut them with my scissors so that way I don't disrupt the roots of the plants that I want to keep on growing, and I don't want to kill any on accident. Well, I thought I might as well go and sample some of these new lettuces that we're trying. I believe this one is a solar flare lettuce, and you can see it's getting some nice color on it. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's exciting. We have 8 different varieties of peppers started, as well as at least a dozen different types of tomatoes. These are Peter's favorite. He loves tomatoes and peppers, and who doesn't? Nothing is better than a homegrown tomato. And he's very excited to be canning some pasta sauce and salsa this year. Although I'm very excited about the tomatoes and peppers too, and look forward to some good canning this year, the thing I'm most excited about are these little guys. They're just sprouting. Those are little baby ground cherries. Now, until this last summer, I didn't even know that ground cherries existed. But the kids and I, when we were staying with my family in California, we went to a health food store, and they had lots of different exotic fruits we had never tried before. So we picked up a couple different things, and one of them was called golden berries. Golden berries are essentially ground cherries. I believe they also go by the name gooseberry, but basically they grow inside of a husk like a tomatillo. They have a very tart sweetness to them. They're very flavorful. They're supposed to grow well even in poor soil conditions, so I'm really hoping that we get to have some awesome ground cherries this year. I've never grown them before, so we'll just see how that goes. Thank you for spending this time with me here at Honey Acres Homestead as we're planting seeds, watching the seeds sprout, and getting very excited for our garden that we'll be planting this year. I'm just sitting here looking through the Baker Creek whole seed catalog. Again, we ordered pretty much all of our seeds from Baker Creek. They are a fantastic, well-known, well-loved company, and if you haven't already checked them out, you most definitely should. As you can see, I've marked several more seeds that I'm trying to convince Peter that we still need. But that's only because it's very hard to look through this catalog and not get so excited. They have so many varieties and things that are exotic things from other countries and each thing in here has just wonderful, vibrant pictures and excellent descriptions. It's really neat to look through this and kind of imagine some of these things growing in your own garden. So on that note, I hope that you're planning on growing something this year, whether you're going to plant it by seed or go pick up some plants from your local nursery. I hope that it's in your plans to try to grow some of your own food this year. Homegrown produce just knocks the socks off of anything you can buy in the grocery store, and it's just such a rewarding and wonderful experience to have. So I hope that's something that you do this year, and if you're excited about growing something new this year, let me know in the comments. I've already told you I'm very excited about our ground cherries, so let me know if there's anything that you're particularly excited about this year, and I will see you next time here at Honey Acres Homestead.